things couldn't get worse between my ex-husband and I. It actually did. And he showed me a level to him and a side to him that I've never, ever experienced before. So early last week, he told me that now that he is caring for the boys full time while I prepare to move, he obviously stopped the child maintenance payments to me, which is what we had agreed. I didn't want to be in receipt of anything because I didn't have the children, and that money was court ordered at the time of our divorce for our boys' activities. So their extracurricular activities, their breakfast club, after school club, tutoring, athletics, football, you name it, they do it, and that's what that money was for. So it's not a substantial amount, but it was in line with his salary at the time, and it was enough to cover those outgoings. It didn't cover their accommodation, it didn't cover their food, none of those things. So obviously, as they are no longer in my full-time care, that money was to stop. Absolutely, no questions asked. Now, he was saying that not only is that money stopped, he took the car that he had previously got for me away. Again, that's totally fine. I'm leaving the country. You don't owe me anything like that. That car was to make taking the kids from A to B easier. Totally fine. Here's the bit that threw me. He is saying that I need to pay him child maintenance. So I need to pay him child support, he said. And I was like, sorry, what exactly do you mean? He literally repeated himself and said that now that he has the boys, I have to pay him child support. Now, mind you, I have been self-employed for over a year. And you know what it's like when you're starting a business. It's not like I have the financial securities or the financial pulling power as I did while I was an EA. So I'm like, where exactly do you think I'm going to get money from to pay you? Anyway, I thought that he was going to simmer down and he was just like bluffing, or maybe he was angry. Lo and behold, I received an email this week from a mediation service saying that he has instructed them to start mediation with me. I would have to cover all of my costs, and they were inviting me to a meeting with them. I declined it because I'm not mediating over me paying you child maintenance when I paid for our whole divorce, and anything that you paid to me has now been stopped because it was for the kids and I don't have the kids. Guys, can you explain to me, like the men of this generation? I have not heard anything like this before. My dad, who I've had to loop into it, was like, just ignore him. This is illegal. Men can't get money off women. That's literally what my dad thought.
And your dad was a fucking simp. At the end of the day, bro, I, I don't know how the divorce happened. She said she paid for the divorce. So, and she didn't accuse him in this clip of any infidelity or any violence. She left him. She left him. She didn't want to be a mother. And I'm going to get to a particular comment real quick that sums it up. She didn't want to be a mother anymore, and she thought she can just go live her life. And the conventional thought is, oh, a man can just do it, and he can just front everything, and I could just come in when I no. Y'all want equality around the world. So you can ignore it all you want to, but when they start like provoking your passport and they start like stopping your driver's license. I know they signed that in the UK, or they start like levying your bank accounts and stuff of that nature. Um, I mean, what's she gonna do? What's she gonna do? What's she gonna do? So you can't just ignore stuff like that. You got to handle it. You thought, oh, he'll simmer down. No. It sounds like she left the divorce. She had the kids. She left the marriage. She paid for the divorce, and he still was paying her until the divorce was finalized. Bought her a car and all that. Man, y'all be thinking these bops are just in America. Like, no. These bops are everywhere. These women, they don't care. They are very, very selfish out here. A lot of these women around the world are selfish. They go out here to get these careers, and they still end up lonely. The one thing that the women have at the end of the day, if they have children, the children still love them, and they're going to tear that up. I did a video that y'all probably already see by now, where a particular dude said his mother put him on the street at 17 and left and ran out, left him at 17 and told him to figure it out, and ran off with a man. And ran off with a man and left her kids to fend for herself. And she asked him to come live with him, and he said no. The grace that women, like, one thing that you really starting to see is that the grace that women get for the decisions that they made, how they treated their kids, the children, of the millennials and the Gen Xers, or the Gen Zers, they not giving that grace no more. They are not giving women the grace anymore. The children are, if you really look at it, the women are not giving the women grace. The children ain't giving women grace no more, because they're shitty parents at this point. A lot of them are shitty parents. You think you can just come in and just, Oh, I don't want to pay child support anymore, and I don't want to. All right, cool. What honestly, what do you think gonna happen? He mad, he upset, and it sound like you left the marriage. What do you think? He gonna go for blood, just like y'all go for blood. Just like y'all go for blood. That's what I don't really understand about it, bro. That's what I 100% don't stand about it. That's what I really don't understand about it. They think they can just literally, can walk in and walk out. I don't want to be a mother no more. And you think these kids gonna still continue to forgive you? You think these men not gonna strike back like the Empire and Star Wars? They are. Oh, it's illegal for a man to do this and do that. Like, no, it's not illegal. In what law does it say over there it's illegal that you got to take care of your kids? They don't love their kids. And I'm gonna get to this particular comment that sums it up. This brother, right? Whoever this is, Brick City Buddha. Shout out to bro. He says this is a low key, a huge reason why many mothers keep their children from their fathers. The money. If they didn't get no child support, do you know how many kids will be up for adoption? Do you know how many kids would be not only up for adoption, how many kids will be with the father? They don't do what's best for the child. Many women do what's best for themselves. They don't do what's best for the child. They do what's best for themselves. Women are very selfish. A man is going to do what's best for that child. But it comes a point where the woman forces him a lot of times to do what's best for herself. This is reverse. It's only black men that argue and fight about being providers. No, it's not. It's not. At the end of the day, you see how many deadbeat brads it is? Being a provider, she left her family. What are we talking about, Short Bus Keisha? She left her family. So she shouldn't have to put up no equity, no money. She shouldn't have no equity in the children. I'm telling y'all, girl, pay that man money for those babies and SOIBAU. I agree with that. I don't know, sis. If he got the kids now, then that sounds fair. Exactly. Another pathetic example of a modern day woman. Come on. You don't need to leave your children and your financial responsibility. If a man did this, he would be considered a deadbeat. In the reverse, a lot of women alienate the father from the children. They make it hard to see them because they can't control the man. That's what they say. You never know what woman you with, what type of woman you with till she had leverage over you. She paying for shit. You moving to her crib where y'all have a child or y'all get married. And that's what women flip the script. Why y'all think dudes be like, oh, we was together for 5 or 7, 10 years and we got married, we got divorced within 5 years? It be the women. I'm telling you, it be the women, bro. And they don't have no shame either. They don't have no shame because her business ain't obviously doing well. You get on TikTok to tell your business, and every dude that's gonna see you on TikTok, ain't no other dude gonna take you. Still, women understand when they tell their business on TikTok, when they tell their business on social media, you ain't gonna find another husband again. But ain't no dude gonna take you serious when you post stuff like this. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.